What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the City Life Project YouTube channel for yet another picks, preview, and predictions video covering Dana White's Contender Series Season 9, Week 1. It's back, ladies and gentlemen. It is back, and we have a ton of content around Contender Series for you guys. I already dropped a highlight package of all the week 1 competitors. We have our picks and predictions video here, and we'll be doing a fight companion later today as well. I think this will be the only week it starts earlier, Scott, just due to the Ultimate Fighter being on after. I believe they did this last year as well. I mean, maybe they continue to do it earlier, but we shall see. We shall see. I don't know when the next Dana White's looking for a fight is. I'm personally not a big fan of that show. Now, if it's on, I'll watch it, but like I don't seek it out. But Road FC, I believe, is next week, which is going to be a lot of fun. But let's get right into it, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get right into it. First fight on the card here. Actually, you know what? We'll do the preview first. I haven't done these picks and predictions videos in a while. I'm out of my own rhythm. But we have a returning Dana White Contender Series fighter, Murtaza Talha, who is 7-1 as a pro. He is a 4-1 in his last 5 fights. Hasn't been super active since losing on Dana White's Contender Series almost 2 years ago to Rodolfo Bellato. And as you guys know who watch this channel, I'm not a big fan of Rodolfo Bellato. I don't think he's the greatest fighter. I think he's fringe UFC fighter, but a really good regional fighter. And Bellato absolutely schooled Talha. Talha only had 1 fight since, ladies and gentlemen, and it was against a 0-4 guy. That was also flagged. Yeah. 4 KO TKOs, 3 submissions, finishes all his fights. That's what you love to see. But yeah, since the Rodolfo fight, I'm not sure who was injured in this one. Oh, I guess it was his opponent was injured in this one. Sorry, I didn't even look at the date. His opponent was injured in this one. So this was a short notice replacement, whoever the fuck they could get to him. And it was a 0-4 guy. And that was back in February and has not fought since. Holding out for this Contender Series spot? I guess so. But he's taking on a very, very tough opponent. Now, leading up to his first Contender Series, he fought some pretty good opponents, 6-1, 6-1, 8-2, but we didn't see a lot of his game because he finished these guys so quickly. Now, he's a lot more of a brute style who's got good power, and I do have some highlights of him as well. He has power. His wrestling is sound. His takedown defense is okay, but his opponent is very much a killer. Undefeated out of Chechnya. He's 24 years of age. Baysangur Susurkaev. 7 KOT gives only 1 decision. So both these guys love to finish their opponents. Definitely more calm, cool, collected, sound on the feet. And I just think his grappling is just on another level. Is he as strong as his opponent, though? Is he as strong as his opponent? We shall see. 4-0 in ACA. Went over to Fury FC and got a win here in North America. And just ripped up the Young Eagles shows. I'm going to go with Susurkaev on this one. Now, apparently, and shout out to our friend Artem MMA, he's the king of all MMA prediction videos. He actually said on his rundown that Talha potentially, maybe, was injured going into that one, or at the very least wasn't fully healed going into that one. But still, I really was not impressed with his performance against Bellato. Now, he does train and spar with high-level UFC guys. He hits hard. He's got good boxing in the clinch. And like I said, he's got more of that brute style. But Susurkaev, very good takedown defense. He's a little bit bigger. Looks really good at range and looks for those rangy kill shots. Is the better grappler. And even though Susurkaev has taken this fight on 1 week's notice, I still got him winning this one. Check out some highlights from both of them. Let's start with Talha.
Looking to turn the corner here. Can he drag him to the mat?
What's up, everybody in the live chat, by the way?
He's been in heavy on that single.
Murtaza staying calm, but he's already...
Yeah, Rob came from that show as well. Hey, good morning, everyone.
Oh, that's
it.
it. He's
dropped
dropped him. Wow, this
They did this
that's
the last year. The first week.
Once again,
We got some crazy
Victor
names this year.
Gorilla
That we
gets the
do.
job.
That we do. All right, let's take a look at Susurkaev. Yo, dude, good to see you. What's up, Baby Shark? Good to see you as well. Great leprechaun vibes. What's up, Mr. C? Some Wassland. So there you go. There's some highlights from both of the first fight competitors. And we'll do that throughout this show, guys. We'll do that throughout this show. Let me know your picks in the live chat as well. Let's get to the next one, ladies and gentlemen. We have Christopher Ewert against Yuri Panferov. Now, Christopher Ewert, he is coming into this one as... Oh, I should have said in the last fight too, by the way, guys. Despite him coming in on week's notice, he is the big favorite at, what was it, minus 300. So there you go. There you go. Maybe an upset knockout victory for Talha. I'm low confidence on him getting the upset. I think Susurkaev will win that one. All right, let's get to the next one here. We got Yuri Panferov against Christopher Ewert. Now, Christopher Ewert originally had to pull out of this fight because he was signed to the UFC on a short notice fight a few weeks ago. He was way overweight when he took that opportunity, but like a lot of people have said, UFC fighters and coaches, take the opportunity when given to you. He tried to make the weight, couldn't make the weight. So he's back on Dana White Contender Series. He's undefeated, 7-0 as a pro, and actually trains with some of the Minnesota boys here. Alvin Hines, Thomas Peterson. I would imagine Steve Asplin as well. 5 KO TKOs, 2 decisions, no submission victories or defeats. Again, if you're rolling with the likes of Thomas Peterson and Alvin Guzzi Hines, you ain't getting submitted easy, ladies and gentlemen. So yeah, I love how this was canceled, but then rebooked here. He did win the open fight Latam belt against an 11-9 guy, and yeah, this one against a 4-5. Has recently taken a step up in competition. Jimmy Pace Jr. is pretty good. You know, they were at the same level there. Then an experienced guy, then a 5-2 guy, then Reese Watkins, who's a very good opponent in Fury, and he was able to go to a decision, but he won that fight, ladies and gentlemen. He won that fight, hurting Reese at various moments. And I actually have the highlight of the AJ Chambers win, in which we will watch here in a moment. A very good boxer, sound grappling defense. We just haven't seen him have to use it on the offense, other than, and I will say, scoring takedowns towards the end of rounds when the striking is close, just to solidify it. And it's just like, if you watch the round, yep, he did a little bit more damage in the striking and that little extra. So from what I've seen, pretty good fight IQ, especially when he's been able to, for the most part, control the pace and keep it on the feet. Yuri Panferov, the Russian polar bear, 8-1 as a pro, a Dana White Contender Series alumni as well. 3 KO TKO, 5 submissions. He's never gone to decisions in a win or a loss. He's more of a grappling heavy submission guy, yet his only loss has come via submission. 0-1 on Contender Series. That's where he got submitted. And he's a CES guy. Now, CES, it's an American promotion that's been around for a while. It's not super high level, if you ask me. It's like FAC level, despite it being around longer. And if you look at his record, he has not beaten... I mean, this is CES in a nutshell, right? This is CES in a nutshell. And Torres Finney, Geodude, was able to get him in the rear naked choke. And Torres Finney didn't get a contract in that one because it wasn't even a good performance despite the finish. I mean, he got the finish. It was a good performance, but it wasn't a... It was a Torres Finney performance, ladies and gentlemen. Do I really have to explain it? Do I really have to explain it? Yeah, there's not really anybody on here. I guess the 11-6 guy was his best opponent. He beat him in the 3rd round. This is an interesting style matchup, right? More of a striker who has faced guys who are well-rounded and have been able to keep fights on the feet or even like get their own takedown. Yuri Panferov is not going to try to strike with Ewert. So are we banking on the minus 225 favorite for the most part in this fight, keeping it on the feet? I doubt he's going to get submitted against Panferov, but will he get out-controlled? Because I really think Panferov is going to try to stink this one up. I don't think Panferov is going to be able to beat him up too much on the ground. I think he'll be able he'll have to control him if he's able to do that. But I'm going to bank on Ewert, even if he gets controlled for 1 round, doing enough damage in 2 rounds and finding those body shots, finding those uppercuts, hell, maybe a knee even on the entry for Panferov. So I am going with Chris Ewert here. Like I said, when you train with Guzzi, Peterson, those type of guys, you better believe that you're going to get some wrestling rounds. Panferov's jiu-jitsu is good, but yeah, Ewert just a completely different class of boxer than him. His body shots are wicked. He's got really good power. Getting a second chance here. Literally a second chance as this fight was rebooked, but I'm sure the UFC were happy he tried anyways to make the weight, even though he didn't. That fight had to be canceled, but it wasn't a high profile one anyways. I think he holds his own. I think he holds his own in his grappling defense. Panferov doesn't have the best striking defense. He does keep his hands relatively low or in just some weird spots as he tries to set up the takedowns, which I guess can throw off his opponents, but still. We're going Ewert in this one. Check out some of his highlights. I believe we were actually streaming this. We covered this one live. So a lot of probably City Life folk will remember us covering this one. Yo, what's up, Otis the Beefy One? Good to see you. Good to see you. It reminds me of DDP minus the patented high guard. Smacking his Torres Finney type.
Marshall worried about the punches. I don't think it's the punches he needs to worry about.
I'm gonna say through. Let's set it at 2.5. Let's set it at 2.5. No, 3.5. Let's set it at 3.5. And I think 4 contracts are given out tonight. That's always the poll question, by the way. That's always the poll question. So this is Panferov, ladies and gentlemen. But yeah, that's a great question. That's always the poll question in my fight companions.
Hook.
Hey, what's up, Moise Audio? Good to see you.
It's over.
There you go. Like Keith Peterson still had some meat on the bone. back then. By the way, big shout to everyone in the chat here. Big shout to everyone in the chat. Let's get to this next one. This one should be a lot of fun. Now I know. Look, I'm a huge LFA guy. I'm a huge Ty Miller fan. And I think a lot of people just kind of, I don't want to say blindly pick him because I'm sure they watch tape study on Ty Miller. But did you do the research on Jimmy Drago? That is the question. Did you do the research on Jimmy Drago? And did you do the research and find that he's actually fought guys over 6 feet tall before who are primarily strikers? And that he's actually beat those guys who arguably were at the same level as Ty Miller, record-wise and experience? Just saying. Ty Miller is an incredible boxer. He's got stupid fast hands for how tall he is. And it's sick because he can pick you apart at range. He can get into the pocket and fuck you up. It's a beautiful thing. And I'm very high on the Albuquerque prospect here. He is 5-0 as a pro, 4-1 no contest due to an accidental eye poke 8 months ago in LFA. But he's a 6'2" boxer, not kickboxer, boxer. If he added kicks to his game, holy fuck, ladies and gentlemen. Holy fuck. He's an incredible boxer. His takedown defense is not necessarily the best, but he's good at getting back up to his feet. So he'll get taken down over and over again, but instantly get back up to his feet, ultimately not allowing really his opponent to score much at all. 1-1 no contest in LFA. Beautiful first round knockout against Charlebois. Looked good against Tovar as well. Level of competition, he's 5-0. He's 5-0. He's just now taking that step up in competition, as we saw against Charlebois. He was supposed to have a full fight against Arthur Barros, which would have been another step up as well. Jimmy Drago is a step up in competition. So this is going to be Ty Miller's biggest test yet. He is coming in as a favorite here, minus 210. Don't hate it. Drago, 7-2 as a pro, 3-1-1 in his last 5 fights. 4 KO, TKO, 1 submission, 2 decisions. Now, definitely leans on his striking more than anything. So this isn't like a grappler versus striker. Smaller grappler and wrestler versus tall ass striker. No, this is more of a well-rounded guy who, leans on his striking versus a tall ass boxer who's good to get back, or is good at getting back up to his feet. 5-2 in ROC, Ring of Combat, which is a very good regional promotion. I wish it was easier to access. I hope they get on Fight Pass someday. Their pay-per-views aren't that bad though. I think they're only like $15. No contest in his Cage Fury FC fight. I think this is like a Clash of Heads or something like that. I don't remember what happened. Junior Mello is actually in this one. I don't remember what happened in this one, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not going to lie. But before then, defended his title against a 5-0 guy, beat a 4-1 guy, 4-0, just a different. Wait, defended the title. I'm confused. Anyways, won the title here, Ring of Combat champ. Sometimes Tapology just fucking confuses me when they add the little extra things. But and also was the Maverick champ, which again, he beat a 4-4 guy for Maverick. Lost to a 3-0 guy when he was 1-2, and then has gone on a 3-fight win streak since, beating again better opponents than Ty Miller did, and in my opinion, has fought better opponents than Ty Miller has throughout his entire pro career thus far. 5-2 guy when he was 1-1. First guy he fought and lost against was 2-0. And as an amateur, he went 6-0, beating guys. He beat a 7-1 guy in there, but again, not the craziest amateur career. I'm going against the grain here. I'm going with Jimmy Drago, leaning on the well-roundedness, leaning on the experience that he has fighting taller guys, as well as, was it Tyler Stewart? I think it was Miles Robbins. No, not Miles Robbins. Tyler Stewart. Yeah, Tyler Stewart. 6'2", dude. He's fought tall guys before. And probably tall guys who have kicks in his arsenal, right? Just saying. So I'm going with Jimmy Drago on this one. This is my first underdog pick of the card. Love Ty Miller. Want to see him succeed. I just feel like unless Ty Miller lands a sick fucking combo in the pocket, Jimmy Drago should be able to come in and the outside, in and out of the pocket, pick apart the legs, and or have the grappling advantage. I'm excited for this one, guys, and this is why. Check out how sick Ty Miller and Jimmy Drago are. Drago.
They're constantly putting fighters in PFL, Bellator.
He does end up going on to win this fight. This wasn't necessarily a finish. His opponent, tough as nails, but you'll see why I chose this one. Let me know in the chat and in the comments of the video if you guys are watching it later, by the way. Do you like me showing highlights throughout these prediction videos? I probably won't do them like for big UFC and Rising cards because there's like, 14 to 20 some fights. But for small cards like this, 5 fights, like absolutely. And I did post a compilation of them on the channel as well. Boom! There's a nice head kick.
The fight has opened up.
And he was able to control him on the ground for a little bit here as well. So there you go. All right, let's get to the next one here. And again, as always, let me know your picks in the chat too. Co-main, but honestly, this is the people's main. This one should be the main event. Let's be perfectly honest. This is one of the best matchups, not just week 1, for the entire season. Am I a little bit biased? Yes, because Radley De Silva out of Vancouver, BFL champ. I think one of the best fighters to ever have been developed by Battlefield Fight League. And they've developed some decent regional, like top regional level, and just pro fighters in major organizations now. Yes, definitely enjoy the highlights, especially for Contender Series lesser known fighters. All right, well, we'll continue to do them, guys. Radley De Silva, Snake Eyes. This one's almost a pick 'em. It's close. He's coming in at the slight underdog, plus 115. He's 7-1 as a pro. 5-0 in his last 5 fights. 1 KO TKO, despite him spamming spinning heel kicks like fucking Sean Strickland spams the Philly shell. 3 submissions, 3 decisions. The only losses come via submission. He's a grappling phenom with really good wrestling, crazy striking, and he's massive for the division. 6-0 in BFL, and he's defended the title 3 times. Was able to absolutely, well, I'll show you the Brookshire highlight. He's able to get him in a nasty rear naked choke, painted the canvas red after cutting him. Drake Randall, he beat with the spinning heel kick. Drake Randall had a lot of steam. Drake Randall is a very good prospect out of the United States. And I will forever feel bad as Drake Randall's friends were in the live chat when we were covering this BFL 81 card. And it sucked that they got to see they had to see their boy go down the way he did, and he won the belt against an 11-5 guy. BFL, again, not the deepest promotion, so some guys who have crazy good records in BFL sometimes crush a bunch of cans, but he hasn't. If you look at his resume, he's actually, since coming over to BFL, faced very good opponents. Very good opponents. And like Cisnando, he's one of the Brazilians out of Vancouver who trains out of that one gym, which is really cool to see that there's like a Brazilian fighting population and like a pool of prospects in Vancouver, British Columbia. I'm from Vancouver Island, not from the big city, but it's cool to, you know, from a personal standpoint, it's going to take some pride into seeing our city in this league anyways, a big city brand. Our branders from Vancouver start to produce some good fighters. Now, George Mangos, man, 21 years of age, might be the best prospect in Australia right now, might be one of the best prospects globally right now in mixed martial arts. 7-0 as a pro, rightfully the favorite in my opinion. I think Radley De Silva is a sick cunt. I really do. 2 KO TKOs for Mangos, 5 submissions. He only has victories via finish. 4-0 in Hex, which Chevello Colin Hex fights is amazing. And he is the two-time champ in Hex here. All he's been doing is winning titles and defending titles in his last 4 fights against really good competition as well, man. Really good competition as well. His last 4 wins in title fights have been finishes. Flying triangle, rear naked choke, crazy head kicks. Dude, this kid has the power. This kid is well-rounded. This kid is strong. But is he as strong as De Silva? Because that's the breaking point, right? That's the X factor. Is De Silva's massive for the division, despite them being the same height or around the same height. Like, he's fucking huge, man. And he's strong as hell. And he's a dangerous striker, but striking's not his main tool. Whereas like Mangos is, I like Mangos' striking better. If this just stays on the feet, Mangos will win the striking battle, even if it goes to a decision, in my opinion. But Radley De Silva is he's one of those jiu-jitsu guys who doesn't just rely on like sweeps and positions to search for submissions. He makes his own positions. He finds his own positions as his wrestling is stupid good. And he's kind of like has a hybrid style now, which is awesome. And he hunts that back. He doesn't wait for the opportunity to get the back. He hunts that back, ladies and gentlemen. So I think this is one of the best matchups for this entire season. And we're getting spoiled that it's happening on the first one. This might be a little bit of bias infused, but I'm going with the strong. I'm going with the X factor. I'm going with my boy Radley De Silva. Okay, this one is a no confidence pick either way. So, from a betting perspective, might as well throw $5 on the underdog here, and yell "Oh Canada" and Brazil in the same sentence if he gets a sick rear naked choke or a head kick. Check out some of his nasty work.
Oh, wow.
He's switching palm to palm. If he can get this, I think it's over.
What defense, man. Trying to get out of there.
What's up, Narashi? Mangos got this. Yo, if Mangos wins, I'll buy a Mango smoothie. If Radley wins, I'll read To Kill a Mockingbird.
A la Ben Askren versus...
Boom! Oh, Canada. Dude, this was so sick. He spams these throughout the fight too. The fact that one landed was pretty awesome. And not a bad celebration after there as well. Not a bad celebration after as well. All right, let's take a look at Mangos. Again, this kid's sick, man. Watch this. Oh! Shin to the dome. One more time. And Chevello's call is pretty amazing as well. Chevello's call is pretty amazing as well.
Just testing the waters with the young champion.
I love it that George isn't rushing. I love it that he's
Taking his.
Dude, so freaking nasty. So freaking nasty. Unreal. Hey, cheers, buddy. Have a good day at work.
wow.
Good night, freaking Irene. Unreal. All right, we got one more, ladies and gentlemen. We got a few more highlights. Give me a sec. I only could load a certain amount of highlights in the queue here, so I'm just going to load the last two up quickly. All right. Here we go. I've watched more Eternal, but I feel like better fighters are coming out of Hex right now. But it comes in waves. It's kind of like, am I a unified MMA guy or am I BFL? Well, I like BFL more because I watch it more and it's from Vancouver, but like they're both pretty damn good. And I feel like every year they kind of go back and forth on like which one is the better roster, which one is producing the better fighters. And I mean the better fighters is like fighters who are able to go on to major organizations and do well. But two really good leagues, and maybe my bias towards Hex is because Chevello's there fucking doing the call. But anyways, let's get to this last one, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get to this last one here. We have Ilian Bouafia against Neemias Santana. The Gorilla Bouafia against the SFT one-punch power Santana, dude. Santana is, I'll say this, if you like technical kickboxing, if you like them Israel Adesanya looking fights, Bouafia is the fighter for you. If you like, I'm a swing in the first round, and if one lands clean, they're going down death touch, and just the madness that is SFT. SFT is an amazing Brazilian promotion, by the way, guys. Santana is your type of fighter. This is another one where like Santana could find the button in the first round, and it's good night, Jim Kite. The longer this fight goes, the more confident I'm going to be in Bouafia. Santana 7-2-1 as a pro, 3-1-1 in his last 5 fights. He's 27 years of age. 6 KO TKOs, 1 submission, 0 decision. His only 2 losses have come via and decision. He's 1-0 in LFA. That's right. He was ripping up SFT, came over to LFA and beat a 5-0 guy, beat an 8-3 guy. Draw against a 4-0 guy. How's this guy gone on? But Marcos Vinicius has actually gone on to do pretty good, so no shame in that. And yeah, poor Lucas Silva, who got fed to the wolves there. But when 3-1, taking on 7-3 guy, right? Like his record is not bad. His opponent, Bouafia, 6-0, undefeated. He's the favorite coming in at -160. He's 28 years of age. Very technical kickboxer. 5 KO TKOs, 1 decision. 3-0 in Eris. Love Eris, but what the fuck, Eris? Why do you hate your fans? Beat a 6-3 guy, 5-2, 4-1, 3-1. You know, also has a really good resume despite being new to professional mixed martial arts. His first 2 fights, whatever. You're gonna give him you're gonna give him anybody. I'm not gonna judge. I barely judge a guy until he hits 5 pro fights on who their opponents are, because at that point you're just getting reps as a pro. But 2-0 took on a 3-1 guy. 3-0 took on a 4-1 guy. 5-2, 6-3. And I actually watched, I didn't watch the Hexagon one, but I watched both these fights. This one was badass. And honestly, he beat the fuck out of Big Guy. I'm surprised that he was able to continue to stand. I am going to go, man. I really want to go with another underdog in here because I picked 2 in a row. But no, I'm going with the safer pick, Bouafia. I am going to bank on him not getting hit with the death touch. I'm going to bank on him winning round 2 and 3 if the first round is a brawl, because that is what Santana is going to do. Santana doesn't have as good cardio. Santana is going to probably bum rush him as he usually does, drag this into a brawl, and Bouafia is going to have to be on his P's and Q's because Bouafia likes controlling a distance. Bouafia likes controlling the pace. And I think he will be able to do that in the second and third round. I do not think he will be able to do it in the first. So this one could be fun. We have a hard-hitting knockout finisher who's the slight underdog here, and both of them are primarily strikers. So This one should be fun. They have a combined 11 KO TKOs between the two of them. Again, dangerous power striker versus slick technical kickboxer who also has power, has nasty leg kicks, who's 6'5", right? He's fucking huge. Better cardio, rangy, always uses his kicks to control the range. So you see why I'm like more confident in Bouafia winning this one, but Santana may be less technical, but he's very dangerous early in the fights. And he's got that death touch, man. Check it out. Look at this. Bonk, dead. Dead. What's up, Amberly? Check out this. Boom! Folded. Right? Like he's got that touch. He's got that death touch, man. He's got that death touch. And now take a look at the contrast in styles.
Oh, and again with the left hand! And a second one, this one's over!
The contrast in styles by Bouafia. One more time, that one was pretty cool. He's got that good, he's got that nice power as well.
Leaning into that one, though, has to be careful. Again, good.
Oh, counter left there. Now he ended up surviving this one, which is pretty crazy.
Has a really good look at this, but he's been told to work hard. There's not much left, and it's the end of the round.
But as you can see, friggin' massive for the division, ladies and gentlemen. Friggin' massive for the division. Anyways, those are my picks. That is the preview. I think this is the people's main event, but this one should be fun. I predict 3 contracts. I predict 4 finishes. 3 contracts, 4 finishes. That's Bouafia. Dana, if he wins, he needs more experience. What's up, Charlie? Good to see you. Dana's been, and maybe they just needed to restock the cupboard the last 2 years, but we'll see if he's harsher on the boys and girls this year, although all boys on this one. Finishes for the win. So again, I'm going with Susurkaev. I'm going with Ewert. I'm going with Jimmy Drago. I'm going with Radley Silva, and I'm going with Bouafia. Those are my picks, ladies and gentlemen. Let me know yours in the comments below. Like and subscribe, and I will see you guys later for the Fight Companion. Peace.
Yeah.